Hello good people, my name is Adi and welcome back to my channel, and I owe you a story. But before I do that, I wanted to give you an update about what's been going on with my apartment renovation. So the plumber is there right now and he's doing his stuff. He's basically redoing the entire sanitary installation and thermal installation, and he's just redoing everything, and I keep finding every day that there is something new to do, there is a different complication, there is something that we didn't think about, and so on. And it's actually taking a while, longer than we expected, to be honest. Meanwhile, the contractors are there and they have started doing their stuff, and they are starting to get frustrated because every room that they want to do, the plumber didn't finish yet finishing his part, so they can't block the wall, they can't do the wall, they can't do the floor. So they're pretty frustrated, but they started to do the ceiling. So they're starting to apply drywall and it's starting to look like a home. It's so good. I am so excited. I can't wait to see how it's going to look once we're done. Meanwhile, we also had a very sweet surprise this week. We were cleaning out the balcony because in the balcony right now we had a lot of trash, a lot of things that are just objects and furniture that I wanted to keep them. We didn't have place, and then they put some bags there with some garbage, just not to occupy space in the apartment while they're working. And we were cleaning it out, and there is I guess you can call it a planter table of sorts, and it was there when I got the apartment, and I decided to keep it and upcycle it. And as we were just cleaning up, we found out that underneath, in the first floor of that planter table, there was some cute baby pigeons with their mommy trying to find a warm place to stay. And it's so cute. I feel like a proud mama. I can tell you how happy I am that they were there, even though the pigeons are a menace there. We do need to get rid of them because they keep pooping all over my balcony. But, we decided to keep the babies there and, not to move them until they grow up a little bit and can fly, and then we'll clean the balcony up. So it's so cute. I feel that even though I'm not a pigeon person per se, but I am an animal person and I would like to have, a puppy or something there. I feel like that kind of blessed the apartment. So I'm really happy that it happened, and it's just, it was so sweet. So let's get to today's topic, and as I promised you, today is gonna be creepy, really creepy. I am joking, so just hold on tight because we're going to get right into it. But before I do, just a quick reminder, please consider subscribing to this channel. It will mean a lot to me and I would really appreciate it. It will help the channel a lot. And yes, so please do that. If you can give this video a thumbs up, it will be even better. And yes, so let's start with the horror stories of my apartment. And if you have any horror stories, I would definitely love to hear them in the comments, so please let me know what are your rental horror stories. So last time I told you about the reasons why I will never rent again, which are related generally to renting an apartment. So in other words, even if I didn't live in this apartment, which I lived in for 9 years, in any other apartment I would still get to the same conclusion. However, today I'm going to talk about the reasons why I will not rent that are related to this apartment. So reasons why I wanted to specifically move out of this apartment. Number 1, the level. So as I told you last time in my video, I had one red line when I was looking for apartments, and this apartment that I found actually crossed that red line. Now, I was looking for apartments for a very long time and I couldn't find anything, and of course I was on a certain budget, which was not crazy. So I did have eventually to compromise. I can tell you that this apartment, when I found it, was not yet on the market actually. And so I saw it just from the pictures and I was like, yeah, that's definitely looks like something that I would like to stay in, so let's go and see it. I didn't yet know that it crossed that red line, but even when I came here, I was like, if you compare this to everything else that I've seen, it's so much better. I can't even explain the difference that I had to take it despite. That red line was that this apartment is a semi-basement apartment, so it's even under the ground level of the building. So as I told you earlier, the landlord's son actually turned this place from a storage basement into a livable apartment. It didn't have any plumbing, it didn't have electricity, obviously didn't have any furniture. It was not livable before, and he turned it like that for himself, not for the purpose of renting it out. And so that was kind of good, but there was still very felt disadvantages, and I will let you know what they are. First of all, it was dusty. Now, dust kept coming in from the street, from the courtyard basically, because I'm not looking into the street from my windows. And so I wasn't really able to keep my windows open for a very long time, because if you look at the glass of them, they would just be super dusty. And when I had them open, dust would just kept coming into the apartment. And that happens when you're in the ground level, but much more when literally everything that you see from the window is just the ground. Another problem with the level is moisture. There was a whole lot of moisture in this apartment and a constant musty smell that came. Now, I'm not sure how well the apartment is isolated. I assume it's well isolated, but I have a sort of a walk-in closet type situation right by the entrance, and that's under the general steps that go down to that level. So in that area, I assume it's less isolated, but I wouldn't know. And there it's constantly cold. This is why I think it's not necessarily well isolated, but also there the smell is just horrible. And I try to do everything that I can to keep this under control. Like, I had a dehumidifier. It was here already when I got, and it's super loud. It's not really sustainable to use it for a very long time because it's just super loud. I also had those moisture absorbing granules. Those didn't do much, honestly, and I used a whole bunch of them, but you really have to constantly change them constantly. It's also very expensive to do so, but also it wasn't really useful. And the clothes just kept being destroyed and ruined. And it really wasn't worth it keeping them there. So I have a shelving unit in the living room, and it's not really used for clothes, but I just took all the clothes that I could, as much as I could, and just put them there, destroying the clothes to avoid the smell. Another reason why this level is just horrible is light, or lack thereof, actually. I didn't believe that I would come to a day in which light, or lack of light, would be a problem for me, who loves the dark. But to begin with, as you can see, I already have kind of a yellow ambiance here. So I have red walls, and the other walls that are not red are kind of cream colored, I think. Like, they're not white. I believe it's cream colored type situation. And then all the lights that I have here, all the bulbs that I have, which are not many because I don't have many fixtures, they are also kind of warm white type situation. So everything just looks yellow. In addition to that, my windows are at the ground level basically, and they are facing another building which blocks the sun, and they are facing west, so not much sun really on that direction, I presume. As the years went by and I was studying, I was in the faculty, I found out that I was most productive when there was light out, regardless of my sleeping schedule. It's hard for me to study at night, and it's hard for me to study when there is almost no light or not good light, and that really narrowed my study window, because even if there was light outside, there was light here only for a very narrow amount of time, and outside of that narrow amount of time I was really sluggish and really unproductive. That lack of light really affected me, and I kept having to look for other places to go and study to try to be a little bit more productive. It's not okay. You should have a good place in your home where you can study generally, and it was a real problem for me. Still is, actually, because I'm still here and I still have to study. Reason number 4, sewage backup. One of the major downsides of living at the bottommost unit of an apartment building, and it doesn't matter whether it has 2 floors or 20 floors, would be that. Because all the sewage and waste that flows down the building that everybody uses flows down to the bottom. If there is a clog in the main pipe of the building, it doesn't go all the way back up. It comes to you. So when you go to brush your teeth at night before going to sleep, and you turn on the faucet, and suddenly your foot becomes wet and stinky with the smell of sewage, and you look down and you see just sewage backing up, yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. This is how it was for a very long time. Fast forward 5 years later, one day I open my bathroom door and I have a little laundry hamper basket thingy, and I open the door and I see I think that's enough for one day. I honestly don't want to overburden you with too much information. I do hope that you found this information useful and helpful if you're trying or looking or interested in moving into a ground level unit or a basement unit even. So I do hope that you found this helpful. And if you do want to know the worst reason of all, And I promise you, it's really bad. Well, then you'll just have to subscribe to my channel and find out next time. You'll be able to get a notification, and once I upload the next video, you'll be the first to know. I promise you, it's free and it's worth it, and you're not gonna regret it. For now, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Please consider subscribing or interacting with the video in some way. That'll help my channel a lot. Until next time, bye bye.